Okay, brief intro. I want you to find that product, okay? P1, P2, you're multiplying, okay? So you got 1x and negative 4. So you distribute 1x to 1x, 1x to negative 6. So I just drew true rainbows off that 1x. Take that away. Now you repeat the same process with your negative 4. Okay, so 1 times 1 is 1, and then x, you got 2 of them, so you add the powers of 1 together. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. X doesn't need a plus. If you don't have a power, you don't have to put 1. If you want 1, put a 1. Then negative 4, x doesn't have, no plus, don't have to put a power if it's not there. If you want 1, put a 1. And then this would be a 24 constant, okay? So you got x second, x, and your constant. So you got 1. Then you add the negative 6 and the negative 4. That's negative 10. And then your constant, 24. Okay, next problem. X plus 5 times x minus 7. So P1, P2. So 1x to 1x, 1x to negative 7. Then 5 to 1x, 5 to negative 7. Okay, 1 times 1 is 1. Then on x you add the powers. 1 plus 1, that's going to be 2. Then that's going to be negative 7 with x. If you don't have, you don't put a plus, but if you don't have a power, you don't have to put 1. If you want 1, put a 1. And then 5x, if you want a power, put a 1. Then negative 35. So you have the x to the second, the x, and the constant. So x second, you have 1. X, you need to add these. Negative 7 plus 5. Negative 2. And then negative 35. Okay, now what you're doing on this assignment is going from here back to here, which we've illustrated in past videos, but now you got matches and mismatches combined. Factor the expression x to the second minus 10x plus 24. This is what I want you to do. I want you to make 2 parentheses, and then I want you to put a 1 in front of the x and label this A, B, C. And then you're going to make a T-chart over here. To find the number that goes on top, you take the A coefficient times the C. So you simply just multiply 1 times 24. It's 24. Now, so it's positive 24, so you put a positive, and you have to put that there. You don't want to just put 24. You need to put whether that was positive or negative. 1 times 24 is positive 24. So if you have a positive up there, you write the word match. Okay, so put 2 signs that match, just put 2 negatives. And we need to add these, the factor pairs of 24, need to add to whatever the B is, which is negative 10. And it has to be negative 10. So now you start dividing. So you take 24 divided by 1. So I put 1 and 24. The number I divided by and the answer I got gives me a factor pair. Now add those. Does that add to negative 10? No, it's way too wide. Okay. Put the same signs down again. Now after put your 20, go back to your 24, and after 1 comes 2. 2, 12. Add those. No. Okay. After 2 comes 3, so I go back to the 24, divide by 3. 3 and 8. Close enough doesn't count it. You're still too wide of the mark. Now after 3 comes 4. Got it. 4 and 6. Now add now add them with their negative signs. -10. Boom, it's got it. So I have the right numbers. I don't need to change the signs. They already add to -10, so that's it. So now you put your -4 with your -6. That fills out the back end. Now circle your entire A term. X second, you go x. You're rewriting it back into x times x. Now the 1 you just place in front of there. And we have 1x minus 4 times 1x minus 6. Okay, x to the second power plus 13x minus 30. Okay? So, make your parentheses first. That's the end game. Okay? First make the parentheses. Then, A, B, C. Then you make your table. And you take A times C. 1 times -30. +1 times -30. Well, I think that's going to be -30. Okay, you're timesing these. I'm going to put a times dot there too. Okay. 1 times -30. It's -30. So you're putting 30 with the negative sign above. Now it's not a match, it's a mismatch. Okay. So a mismatch gives you a positive and a negative. And you need to add to try to come to whatever the B is in the middle, which is +13. So start dividing and find factor pairs of 30. 30 divided by 1 is 30, so 130. -29, no. After 1 comes 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now add them, see if you get it. Okay, that's -13. I need +13, so you can stop dividing. If it's the wrong sign, you just go in and make these opposite. +15, -2. So -2 and then +15. Okay, then you take that 1x to the second, and that's what you rewrite, because you've written the -30 as -2, +15. Now you're rewriting the 1x to the second as x, because you know x to the second breaks up. It's x times x. And then the 1 you rewrite as 1, 1. Okay, x to the second minus 2x minus 24. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, actually make your parentheses first, then make your table. You take the A times the C. Okay, 1 times -24. That's -24, so you put the 24 with its negative sign above it. The negative tells me that the signs have to mismatch. Positive is a match, negative is a mismatch. So positive, negative. And you are adding to try to get to my B, which is -2. Okay? You're adding to the B. So you start dividing. When you're dividing, do not punch in -24. I don't want you doing that. I want you just to go 24 divided by 1. When you're dividing, do not do any negatives. 124. Add those. No, that ain't even close. That's way too wide. 24, back to 24. After 1 comes 2. So 2, 12. No, way too wide. After 2 comes 3. So I put 3, 8 as my pair. 3 plus -8, -5, that is not what I'm trying to get. After 3 comes 4. 4, 6. Remember, if you get a decimal, you skip that part. So 4 and 6. Okay, Now add those two. See if they're negative 2. Negative 2 right there. So you got plus 4 minus 6. So 1x to the second. So you're going to go x times x. You're rewriting, you're breaking it up, and then the 1 is just 1 times 1. Okay? 1x plus 4 times 1x minus 6. Okay, next problem. X to the second power minus 9x plus 14. Okay? Make your table. To find what goes on top, you take the A times the C. Okay? 1 times 14 is 14. It is positive 14. Okay? So that's a match. So put two signs that match, I don't care. So negative, negative. So 14 divided by 1 is 14. So I put 1, 14. And by the way, always know what you're adding to. You're trying to add to negative 9. Okay? Positive is a match, negative is a mismatch. Negative 1 plus negative 14, that is not negative 9, so get it out of there. Okay? Put the two signs you had originally, now go to 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Add those. Negative 9. So minus 2 minus 7. Now 1x to the second power is your A. So then xx, and then 1, 1. Okay, next problem. 1x to the second minus 5x minus 50. Okay, so I'm putting it into the two parentheses. Okay, so I go A, B, C. 1 times negative 50. 1 times negative 50 is negative 50. Okay. So it's a mismatch. Negatives are mismatch. Positives are matches. So positive, negative. Okay. And you're adding to try to get to the B, which is negative 5. 150. 1 plus negative 50 is not negative 5. Now I go to 2. 225. 2 plus negative 25, negative 23. That's wrong. Okay. 50 divided by 3 is a decimal. 50 divided by 4 is a, so skip it if it's a decimal. After go back, always go back to the 50. 3 decimal, 4 decimal. Now I go 5. 5, 10. Okay, 5 plus negative 10 is negative 5, so we found it. Okay, right sign, I keep the signs, that's exactly how I want it, so I put plus 5 minus 10. You rewrote the negative 50 as this and this, now you rewrite the A, which is easy, it's just xx, and then 1, 1. 1x plus 5 times 1x minus 10. Okay, x to the second power plus 3x minus 54. Okay, so you're getting the two parentheses. That's the end game. A, B, C. To find the top, you always take your A times your C. Okay, 1 times negative 54 is negative 54, so it's 54 with a negative. That's a mismatch. So put two signs at mismatch. And you're adding to try to get to positive 3. So 54 divided by 1 is 54. 1 plus negative 54, nope. 54 divided by 2 is 27, so 227. Nope. 54 divided by 3. 318. Negative 15, nope. You got to get positive. You got to get 3. After 3 comes 4. Decimal, so skip it. After 4, always go back to the 54. After 4 comes 5. Decimal, clear it. After 5 comes 6. So 6, 9. Okay. Add those. 6 plus negative 9 is negative 3. Well, if I stop dividing, okay? I'm done dividing. I just need to make it into positive 3, which is not hard to do as long as you just change positive 9, negative 6. So you put minus 6 plus 9. Then the 1x to the second. So you just put x times x, because that's x to the second, and then 1 would be 1, 1. Okay, x to the second power minus 17x plus 66, okay? So you're making the 2 parentheses out of this, and then you go A, B, C. So 1 times 66. It's positive, okay? Okay, so the signs, okay, they're going to match this time because it's a pot, so just put negative, negative. We are adding to try to get to negative 17. 66 divided by 166. Add those. No. After 1 comes 2. 2 and 33. No. After 2 comes 3. 3, 22. No. Okay. After 3 comes 4. 60. Always go back to the 66. Decimal, clear it, and go 66 divided by 5. Decimal, clear it. 6 and 11. No decimals. Okay. So minus 6, minus 11. Then 1x to the second. So you're going to go x, and then 1, 1. That's simplified. Okay, x second minus 4x minus 96. Okay. A, B, C. So you take 1 times negative 66, or 1 times negative 96. Again, you're timesing these. That's negative 96. So that's a mismatch. Positive, negative. Okay. So you take 96 divided by, and you're always, you got to know what you're adding to. You're adding to the B, negative 4. So 96 divided by 1, 96. So you put 196. That does not add to negative 4, but hey, worth a check. After 1 comes 2. 248. Negative 46. No, I'm way too wide. 3 is 32. No. 96 divided by 4 is 24. So 4, 24. You can't give up. Okay. So 4 plus negative 24. Nope. After 4 comes 5. That decimal, you don't write that down if it's a decimal. Clear it. You go 96. After 5 comes 6. So 6 and 16. So I take 6 plus negative 16, negative 10. You're still too wide. 96 divided by 7 is a decimal, so don't write that. Then you go back to your 96 divided by 8. 8, 12. Okay, so I take 8 plus negative 12, and that's negative 4. Okay. So put your plus 8 and your negative 12. So that's how you rewrite your C. The A is super easy to rewrite. You just go x, x, and then 1, 1, and you're done.